Here, bringing you the brand new video. Today we're going to be the deck profiling, quote unquote, my second place local True Draco Spellbook Insepctor Boarder deck. It's third place. Sorry, I got third place yesterday at my locals, and the only loss that I had was against Midnight Invoked, with 32 people playing at that event. So we're just going to go right into it because I think there's a lot to discuss. So, and some of the text that I'm going to explain. So I played 3 Masterpiece, 1 Ignis, 1 Majesty Maiden as the True Draco engine, 3 Insepctor Boarder, and 2 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. The Spellbook Magician of Prophecy was absolutely clutch in this. This whole entire Spellbook engine was absolutely insane for this tournament. It actually won me 3 of my games, and it was absolutely nutty. Insepctor Boarder by itself just shuts down so much in the game. It's better, in my opinion, than Mano Iwado, because that card only lasts during your turn. This card lasts during either player's turn. Granted, there's a time where this card could be a little bit bricky, where if you open up a Masterpiece, sometimes you just got a normal summon this card, then distribute it with Masterpiece, so you can just protect itself from destruction by monster effects and stuff like that. But this card overall is really fantastic. I like the card a lot. I wouldn't change the ratio at all for this card. Masterpieces, you play through Masterpieces because it's overall insane. I searched this card out more than I probably should, but it was really fantastic. It was really a clutch card in the deck. So, because Masterpieces is automatically insane. Onto the spells: 2 Spellbook of Knowledge, 2 Mind Control, 1 Upstart Goblin, 3 Terraforming, 2 Spellbook of Secrets, 2 Pot of Duality, 1 Monarchs Stormforth, 3 Heritage, 3 Dracopheonix, and 3 Dragonic Diagram. The only thing that I would change out is I would take out these 2. I would put them in the side deck, honestly, though. I would add a 3rd Duality, or I'd play 2 Desires, and add in something else. If not, it only was good during 1 game, and it was to take my opponent's Thousand Eyes Restrict, and then I can use this effect to take his opponent's monster and then kill it immediately by monster effects. Effectively just taking 2 monsters with 1 card with Masterpiece, but it wasn't that good, and I set it out almost every single game. Because of how clunky it is, I totally forgot the fact that you can't attribute cards with it. But that being said, if I was playing like the other variants, like with extra decks, this card probably would have been much more insane than it is. It is still technically really good in this deck because there was 3 Pendulum Magician players that day. I didn't go against any of them though. But if I faced any of them and they had like Vortex or Norito, I'll just activate this and kind of just bait out the Norito or the Vortex Dragon. So it really helped a little bit, but it really wasn't that good. So in this variant specifically, this would be a side deck card. Like I said, the Spellbook engine was absolutely phenomenal. It won me 3 games in total, and in one time it was a clutch. One of the key cards in this deck, I think, is, and people just overlook the first effects of these cards and just go straight to distributing, is people often forget these things have first effects. This card draws cards based on the type that you have in the graveyard, so monster, spell, or trap, so you get to draw up to 3 cards. It's a +3. At best, at worst, it's just a +1. So it's really good. And this card is kind of like a miniature Pot of Avarice. This one's less relevant than Heritage, in my opinion, but this one does help a lot, though. Diagram is obviously insane. Next on to the traps: 1 True King Return, 2 Monarchs Erupt, 3 Apacolypse, 1 Imperial Order, 1 Skill Drain. Changes: I would change this. I would bump this up to 3 because I didn't see it as often as I wanted to. In some ways, and if I were to take out the 2 Mind Controls, I could put this to 3 and put this to 3. But this card's really good because it doesn't stop your Masterpieces from resolving, but it does stop your other cards from activating. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. You only play like 2 monsters that are affected by this, and they're both the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. So, and onto the side deck: 3 Winged Sphere Mode, 2 Ash Blossom, 1 Dark Hole, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 Dimensional Barrier, 2 Mistake, and 1 Solemn Judgment. I cited this out once. I didn't get to see it. I cited this to all games except 1, and I and it won me the game. This card is really. I sided this against the mirror match, and it was really good. I sided this against spirals, and it was a pretty good. Also sided this against my first match too. It was pretty good. And I didn't side in the mistakes, though I probably could have. And I sided in the Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment once. So yeah, I got third place with this out of 32 people, which is a pretty sizable local tournament. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been Draconic Diagram signing out. Also, do remember that I have a Twitch channel there, so check that out if you can.